Good day, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the 4skins podcast. And today we have three guests who are all artists. We have Stretch, Miss Abbey, and Sandi.
What up?
Clarify, I am not an artist. Soon coming in 2025.
How come Sandi has fans, guys? What's going on?
These are my boys.
Abbey,
My boys are fine.
Abbey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm joking.
Nah, but he just got a little extra something because this podcast wouldn't be possible without some of his help. You know, he helps us out with the equipment, you know.
Sponsorship.
Sandi!
Oh, yeah, you better put that plug.
Shout out to
Sandy.
they sponsor.
Nice, yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about artistry in Botswana for a second, right? One of the things that helps us put this all together is collaborations, right? It's a big part of what we do. Is that a big part of what you guys do as well? I'm guessing artists do that.
Oh yeah.
So what's that like? Give us the rundown.
You want me to jump in, or did I jump in first? Okay.
Jump in.
Collaboration. You really can't like get anywhere. Really, just trying to go on your own because you can only go so far. Like your mind can only expand to so far. But what collaboration does, it takes you out of that. We were actually having a conversation like before this whole thing started about how you're listening to other things to kind of get out of your own head. That's what collaboration does. And it like if you think at like a certain rate, collaborating with other people takes it 5 times. I just put a project out and I actually had her on it, and my whole thing. I had you like start writing the thing first, right?
Yeah.
She pretty
I
much wrote
didn't know
the
what he was gonna do.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, so she wrote it first, and
He
then
made me.
And then I
You
jumped
know what
on
he
it.
did? He hijacked me. Okay, talking about collaboration. He called me and he was like, yo, when are you free? What? And I said, I'm free on, was it sometime during the week?
Yeah, it was
Got to
some
the
other day.
studio, the beat is there, and he's like, so you're gonna do.
your
And I said, now. And he's like, right
Yeah.
now, like today.
Yeah.
You're gonna write, sing now.
I'm
So
telling
then
you.
the beat, they looped it, and I was writing there, and I had Flex as well in the studio, and I was like, guys, help me write the song, and ish.
And clearly it worked.
It worked,
It totally worked.
but then he went and finished it in his corner, and I didn't get to see him in his element.
Because you're collaborating with me now. Yeah.
And, I want to
Yeah.
talking about
in
like,
Botswana, I guess.
being able to amplify it about 5 times more when you collaborate.
Yeah.
So what is it exactly? Like, let's say, for example, you are experiencing a writer's block or whatever artist block that you guys ever experienced. Are you saying that by simply collaborating, you can actually jump out of that space where you are just blocked and get into your creative space?
Facts. That's one of the main reasons I collaborate with artists. I mean, apart from trying like expanding the audience and things, but for me that's my big goal with the creative process. I had the beat, it was there, it was cool. I'm like, I feel like I'll just write something generic. Let me bring in another brain. And as soon as she did that, because Abby, this is a podcast, so you figure out she talks a lot. So
I'm quiet.
she's very relaxed.
Just look at her face right now.
Nice.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
so
But like
quiet.
that is like I knew she was gonna be able to like start bringing energy. So as soon as she started just going, I was like, yeah, okay, okay, and then it took it in a whole nother direction. So collaboration made that possible. It makes these things possible.
Yeah.
Guys are crazy. man.
Sandy, it's your turn.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
You've
Saying you
been
don't
working with
be
artists.
So for me, I think like, as you said, yes, I agree with everything. That's how I feel. Stretch every single thing there is to know.
Oh, come on, man.
You're
Add some
collaborating with
spice,
my
add some
answer.
spice.
For me,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, exactly.
collaborating with my boy Stretch. Why did you guys? So what I've seen is like, even with the writer's block thing and collaborating, it goes beyond collaborating just with someone you might know or see. I rarely collaborate to get inspiration. I like watch stuff to get inspiration. So like all those other creatives doing what they're doing, like essentially we're dancing together and we don't even know each other, So for me, that's like the extra collaboration that I've seen. Like no matter what creative block I'm in, guy, you can come out if you.
Yeah.
But what about egos though? Does that ever come up when you're doing collaborations with other artists?
Yes.
Yeah.
all the
Life,
time.
fixate, yeah. In life, there are people.
But you need to know when you need to know how to create a balance, because you can find that maybe let's say Stretch is a big artist, like he is a big artist.
Hypothetically.
Let me not say. I should take it back.
Hypothetically
He is a big artist. And then I come in as Miss Abbey, and he's in the studio there, and he's like, I'm strict about my work, and I want what. They do that.
Yeah.
So now if he does that, and then I come in and I'm like, yeah, so what? I'm also Miss Abbey. We won't click. But if he does that, it's up to you as an artist to humble. That's where humility comes in, because you will get people who have big egos, but then now you have to find a way to create the balance so that the energy allows you guys to be creative. Yeah.
Wow. I like that. So the energy has to be right in order for something beautiful to be able to be created.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has,
Let me just talking about that. I was having a version of this conversation with a close associate of mine. And when we're talking about the higher you go in any industry that you're in, not just musicianship or anything, the higher you go, you end up dealing with people who are, more leader type people. And, that's like by default comes with people who are infused with, something that could come off as egotistic, The word I used was opinionated.
Yes.
Because the higher, there you go. Because the higher you go, like the more opinionated you have to be, the more stubborn you have to be about your idea. The more excellent the guy is, the more he's in his own world, so to speak. So you're going to have to deal with egos. So as she said, people skills is a thing that you have to have from the bottom going up. Because if you're there with your own thing and you're like, this is, and you're not able to create that environment for the energy to be right, collaboration's not going to happen, and you're going to end up on your own. So yeah, I think that's something that we need to watch out for.
Is it possible to have like a healthy mix there? Like, are you able to be opinionated, but still flexible and able to work with people? Like having the big ego, being excellent, but also being able to collaborate.
Yes, I think
very
so.
much. I can tell you this. Someone I was supposed to work.
These air quotes are flying.
Air quotes, right?
I can't say. No, we're not supposed to say names. I don't want to be sued.
No, very true, because people are just throwing logos.
Yeah.
Yo,
Okay,
this is going on.
let me not say
live.
something. There's someone.
No, it's too late.
Okay, but talking from experience, right?
Yeah.
There was a producer that wanted me to do a song with him, and he at first, like, we're linked by somebody, and I thought he was really cool. It wasn't my project, but it was his project. And when we were working, it was good. The energies were good, and he, I could tell that, okay, this guy seems to know what he wants, and I also know what I want, but we're gonna bring it together.
Yeah.
After the project was done, within 3 days, he was like, I'm releasing the song next week. And I was like, how do you release the song next week when I haven't heard the song? That's not fair. You see, because now
Niggas get
he's
excited.
excited because he's the one who's producing the song. He believes. And I'm like, have you even tried to share it with some people? Like, not to say, like, have a team, so that it's not just you creating something in your head and saying, this is a hit, this is a hit. Sometimes it's not a hit. It's just a beautiful song. And we had a misunderstanding. It was now like, oh, so now you think that I don't know what I'm doing. You see, my take was like, dude, you can't release a song 3 days after recording. When are you gonna where is the listening session?
Like no mix
So
master.
you see,
guys.
you can, but sometimes it's difficult.
That's why I don't collaborate, my friend. I don't do that thing.
The true colors are coming out.
Yes, he doesn't.
It's wild, man. You see all kinds of stories, like working with people, man. It's wild.
That's
Too
why
many
I
stories.
personally, I've decided to stop collaborations for some time. Like, it's been 3 months now, and any person who says to me, I have a beat, I say no.
Abby, what you saying, bro?
Hey,
Yeah, I was about to
it's
hit you.
late.
I was
It's
about to-
late. I'm sorry, dude.
I like, never mind.
No, you your family. All right, so guy, you can't
I'm
do
good.
that.
I already got mines, man. I'm
Family
good.
doesn't- don't do
And
that.
that's why
I got
like
mine.
the collaborating thing with a team is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're like a small group of friends that are
Yeah.
all in the same industry and we're all like
Yeah.
doing well in our own fields in the sense that we don't rely on each other to do what we're doing.
Facts.
But when we
Facts.
come together, it just makes it so much better, you know. So
Exactly.
I like that. Everyone else wants to collaborate to jump on someone. Sandi,
Yes. Don't jump on
And I also
someone's
think
shine.
for you to like make it in the industry, somebody actually has to open the door for you. And
Yo.
for you, Stretch, who would you say was a key factor in actually getting you into the industry and so that you can have like gain ground when you started?
You know what? I think there are a few people who I can give a big chunk of credit to. Big shout out to my homie German Dollar, right?
German dollar.
So yeah, what he did was in 2019 when I put out my first EP as a solo artist, I just put it out on my SoundCloud and it was on the streaming services and whatnot. I was pretty young as a solo artist, so I wasn't too big on the market. I didn't even have too much of a budget for that, but I did put out one song, like a little visual called the song was called Senti. Now, man's
The
there you
song.
go. Yeah,
We know Sandi.
oh yeah? This is why you know Senti, because man's hit me up and he's like, yo, submit this song to Yaruna. I will recommend whatever. And I think within 2 weeks of the call, I was already on the top 40 and the R&B charts. So that was definitely a blessing, because I know a lot of artists who are at that level, they usually have to fight and beg and knock on doors and whatnot. I was literally just sitting in my room for a bit, and then a couple of months I'm at the top of the charts.
Wow.
So big shout out to the big
Jace.
brother. That was great.
Sounds like a nice story. You're sitting in your room like, yep.
I'm like,
Seeing
okay,
yourself
Because every day it was just like,
going up.
dude.
going
Every
up.
weekend it's like, and another big shout out to, God rest her soul, Sasa Class. I'm mentioning her because when I was doing my latest project, it dropped on the 23rd of April. That's my sponsorship.
plug.
Yeah. So when I was working on that project, the same project that Homegirl's in, I didn't know her at the time, right? And she's on social media. She's got a huge following, and she's in the art, in the, how do I put it, in the realm of musicianship, having a big audience is important, because those are your fans, those are your
That's your money,
customers, that's your money, so then you're always trying to get that kind of notoriety. Now, when I was trying to get the song, I literally just hollered at her. She was working with Flex and I was working with Flex. I'm like, yo dog, just whatever. And she just heard the track. I don't know if she'd ever heard of me at the time. She's just like, okay. So the first time I met her was when she was in studio recording the song, and she believed in the art that much. She came with that same energy for the video. She'd usually charge people for things like outfits and whatnot, but she only charged me for makeup. She showed up and she's like, yo, let's just do this. And her believing in the thing really, really pushed that particular song, and that came out recently, and that video's doing well. It's got 64,000 views on Facebook.
You better
already.
tell him, because
You know what I'm
gosh,
saying?
I did not know that.
Yo, yeah.
That's a lot.
No, it's and counting,
All right,
and
so let's talk about something
Yeah.
else for a second. That might be a sensitive issue, but money. Let's talk about this
let's
paper
talk
stack.
about
Chankuras.
senti.
Because I know people like to pay artists with exposure.
Yo,
That
Sandy,
word
you start with this one. Start with
That's
this
a
one.
common misconception. They don't do that.
They don't do that
Nah,
anymore.
it's just a lie. Everybody's making money. You can't see. Look at my clothes. They're expensive. I know, but yo, it's
Yeah.
I asked because I once ate an exposure sandwich. It was not tasty.
but I also think like exposure
Mayonnaise on that
is-
was really
is-
good. Yeah.
is required. Same way as in business, when you start something, you have to like hold all positions to be able to know when someone comes to take it. You know,
Yes.
I like so. A lot of people just didn't want to work hard. Like, dude, I was walking in the streets without a guitar bag, just with my guitar out. People would just hoot even just because they just see a guy with a guitar. I wasn't even really going anywhere. No, like genuinely, yeah, for real. But I knew like, how else are you gonna get stuff if no one knows you can slam? You know.
Yeah.
And then by chance, people start realizing, oh, you actually play guitar, and I'm like, yeah, nigga, that's why you always see me carrying the item. Then they start recommending you for stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you
okay.
that stuff they recommend you for is free because who are you? Like ain't nobody know who you are. Like even if you think you're a guy, if they don't want to pay for you, that means you're not that guy.
Exactly.
So-
Painful.
Tweet
truth.
that.
So
Tweet
that's why
that.
for me it's like exposure. It only comes if they want to pay. Like I stopped exposure a while ago because people want to pay.
Right. So
I
at
don't
this
know what
point,
exposure means.
The same people that I was doing exposure for, like for real. You know. So
Oh my
it's
king.
we need to address that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
jealous.
don't know what exposure means. You've never had to go through that phase where people were like, "Nah, I'll give you the exposure. Just perform at my gig."
No, I don't.
Oh. So you just
I-
flew
she's
into the
serious.
money.
I
She
really
just
don't.
came, just like
She's
I like
serious.
that.
If
Rex
you-
on
if
Rex on
you-
Rex on Rex.
If you want me to perform somewhere and you ask me, if I say yes, it's because I want to do it, but not. I don't. No.
Nice. Nice. All right, so let's talk about this music video you have with Sasa. Who directed it for you?
Shout out to my man's, directed by Kizito.
My father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's he? Because the visuals were very nice. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. This is good. This is why we have the podcast.
Very
So
nice.
you know.
It
Yeah.
was very nice.
It was okay. So like the video with him was this is a textbook example of things blowing out of proportion. Hey, what I mean by that is I wanted just like a lyric video, something just my idea was to have just the artist, me, Vizo, and Sasa in the thing in a setup kind of like this, just doing the things with lyrics on the screen, cheap, fast, whatever, right? But the night before, Mans listens to the track really intensively. I don't know whether he rolled a blunt or what.
Inspiration.
Inspiration hit the. So then he like hits me up at 3 a.m. He's like, "Yo, you're not gonna like this, but I've got a few ideas." I'm like, "Here we go." So he plugged Glotto. He got Van Diart, like the photographer. He started getting. He got what's his name, Arturo for the drone shots. He got my man's with the old school Benz. All of that.
Together, the resources.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember that morning I made sure to myself not to stress. I just prayed. I said, God, you know what's going to happen. I just wanted something simple because that's all I can afford.
Yeah.
But I think that was like this is where I learned the power of team. Because I'm so used to working alone, just doing my thing and then just whatever. But then it's back to that collaboration thing. It took the good song and the good idea, the good concept, and just blew it up. So yeah, that video was nuts.
He was directed by Kizito.
Kizito,
Yeah.
shout out to the man.
Kizito.
I think
Man,
that's
kudos to him.
Yeah, nah. I'll make sure you meet him sometime. You just look at
He better meet me. I mean, who has?
Oh wow!
Did he?
Say it. Say
Maybe she wants to meet you,
Say it.
Xie.
Yes.
I'm about to
Yeah.
make some more because that's another guy who's known.
Dude,
Circus, he's-
director. Oh my gosh. So yeah, director
Experience
Moses.
with him, like I want to hear about that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so as part of, I'm really just talking about this album a lot because it's kind of what's happening in my.
No,
so
please
it's gonna
plug.
like come.
Xie.
Yeah.
They must know.
They must know. Okay. So what I was doing for the rollout is I was having exclusive listening sessions, and we were inviting people who were outside this circle. You mentioned talking about the circle, and my idea was like, okay, let's kind of expand outside the circle so we can get those people with their fans and all of that stuff. So then part of that thing is I was literally reaching out. I was DMing people who I've never met, you know, on Instagram, just throwing out DMs like, yo, I'm having this thing, come through. And I was actually surprised at the response rate. It was crazy. And I'm DMing people with 30,000 followers, 60,000 followers. So then I had to eat my humble pie, you know, really. Aww. So, but you know what? It was really successful because everybody else who wasn't there got FOMO. It was good. But anyway, Director Mo was one of the guys. You know, he's that guy who got, you know, a couple million views on YouTube. He's that guy up there. Yeah. So I DM him and I say, I'm so and so. There's this thing happening. He replies me with, yo, you don't need an introduction. I'm a fan. Yo, you're straight. I was like, It was at that moment I knew.
Legacy, man.
He's like he's preaching. He's like,
you know what I'm saying? I was like, what? You know? Yeah. So it was crazy. And then when he showed up to the thing, he was there. Marinade Bouze was there. I think. Exactly. I was trying to really get like. Tifo Paya was there as well. There's like a lot of guys in that same room. And then when Mo walks in, he's this. What is he, Lebanese? Libyan? Just something like that. He's just this Eastern looking dude. Pops up, you know, and he's there with his energy. He's like, I can't see because the room was dark. And then we started talking.
Did he say that?
He literally did because like the room was dark. Don't you remember?
Director Mo, how?
Yeah.
If you
Mo can't see in the dark, guys.
Friend.
Come on.
I'm going to ask him, how do you say the room is dark when...
The room was dark. The room was dark. So then, like, when he pulled out...
Yes, oh my goodness. Whoa. Okay. Shots fired.
Just a joke.
Shots fired. Best shots ever. Yeah. So, yeah, like he's don't take shout out, man.
Social media warriors are out here these days. Hey.
Somebody bring a diss track from this. I want a diss track.
He might think it's funny, but the Ninja Warriors in the comments.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Those Ninja Turtles don't play.
Hey, they will be taking things personal.
It's wild on your behalf. It's crazy. But yeah, homie came for the thing, and then we literally just kicked it off from there. Like, and then so. Mo is the homie now. It's like, wow, that was
nice.
It's funny
and guys,
work.
Talking about taking things personal. Yeah. Sandy, I'm gonna start with you.
Here we go.
As a male artist,
I like it already.
You grab attention, and the people say that one can jam the guitar. He can do the things, and I like his charisma. So tell me how you manage such things.
Those ones you play and you go home, my friend. How do you manage it? Hey, there's no managing that thing. You play and you go home. If you stay, you must be strong.
Yes.
Because also you're playing at so many places with so many people.
Yeah.
Like so many people. You know, some people you've never seen before. You know, some people you may be familiar with, all from sight. But now because you're on there and you come down, it's like, hey, now they're also looking at you. It's like, yo, wait. Yeah, so me, I just go home, you know, because I am trying to not anger my mother and bring babies home. Because pull-out game might not be strong. I don't know if I have the capabilities. So don't entice. Step out. Step out.
Yeah.
That's all for one man.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for damages, bro.
That you know what
No, the streets is treacherous.
Because
the social media stuff is like what? People are looking a lot better now because of social media. I'm telling you.
Facts.
I'm telling you.
Have you ever been catfished in your life? It's crazy.
People are looking too nice these days.
So Sandy, what you're telling me that you've never been tempted just to grab one.
I'm telling you, every time I am tempted, every single time, I go home every single time. That's what I'm telling you.
Let me hear your mother's voice in the background say, my son.
Because
what
for
about
me,
you in this, Abby? What's your experience in this? Like, I'm sure dudes must be like, DMs.
Hey, please.
You
Escape.
see, after my Egyptian picture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
they're like,
Trap Central.
yeah, because I'm a tomboyish, like I dress like this, so I never really put out pictures that showed my skin or my body. So people be like, okay, she wears baggy t-shirts and stuff. Then when I decided to go, let me just show them that I got a bit of.
Put out the
Joking.
thirst trap.
No, but they do, but no, I wouldn't do a person through inbox. Nah, I feel like inbox, if a person says I love you, just say love you too. Like it's just giving out love.
That's why brothers have hope in these streets. You guys
Bro,
I love you back.
love?
That is serious.
No, I mean, but nah. Even after performing, if a guy says, yo, I want to take you out, I'm just like, hey, maybe next time.
You know what the danger with I love you back is?
What?
You see, you don't know the guy, but he knows you. So he's going to bump into you by Moana Spa. Oh, there's Spa Moana. It's not the Spa, but it's
Oh no, I haven't said I love you. I haven't said I love you back. I mean, just in general. Like if a person says, "Yo, I'm your biggest fan. I love you," just say, "Oh, sweet man, lots of love to you too."
Oh no, I feel you.
Like,
Yeah.
don't be like, "Hey, why are you in my inbox?" No, like
Facts.
No, we're talking about sliding into the D. You're talking about fan love. We're not talking about love, Ixie, where he's like, yo, I see that picture. I saw what you did there. What are you saying? What do you say? How do you just close that thing? What are you doing?
All right, so let's get into it about artist branding a little bit.
yes.
That is. What was that face?
I was like, yes.
It's time.
I mean, change topic. That's me saying quickly. Let's change. He got me.
It's time.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, she was in a bit of a corner there.
Yeah, welcome.
This is hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah, so let's get into it about artist branding. Do you make it a conscious effort to build a particular brand and, have a certain image that this is who Stretch is and you put it out there that way, this is who Miss Abbey is?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And what's that experience like? Do
you know
feel
what?
like you're living it every day when you're out, or?
I almost can't speak for everybody, but I think as an artist in the 2020s, you have to be more than that guy on the record. Because guess what? Everybody's on the record. Everybody raps nowadays. This is there's something that was said and it really shifted my perspective, on this whole thing. Say the 90s going back, that was an age where you hear a song first and maybe see it later on a music video. But right now we're in an age where you will see a song first and maybe hear it later. That is, your TikTok on a meme or something. There's the visual aspect that is very prominent. So, yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I need to really evolve past just, a recording artist to be, how do I put it? An icon. So I do take a very conscious effort to, like this is not just for the podcast. I dress like this.
Chest out.
Right.
Chest out. How come I've never seen your chest? I'm joking. He's like,
okay, all right. You got it on camera.
he is right about branding
You have
because
to. Look.
Okay,
Show them the thing. Show them the thing.
And this is actually, she's the person who needs to be asking this question.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that you? Is that your
That's my
brand?
face. Yes, it's my brand.
Oh,
She didn't come to play.
Yeah.
Shorty making racks out here. Winner
Thank
racks.
you.
don't
I
be
see you
shy.
move.
Tell the people where they can get it.
You just hit me up in my inbox. Well, because
This is how it starts.
Yes, because
This is how it
no,
starts.
my DM.
Can you personally
My
deliver
DM,
to my house?
DM is strictly
Personal
business.
delivery.
No, for now, my DM is strictly business because I need to get a business line now because it's been getting crazy but then coming back to the main question. Branding is very important as an artist because it allows people to take you seriously. I know I said exposure is not, like, I don't know what exposure means, because I set a standard for myself from the first song I released. I released the song Vacation. It was my first single. And then I shot a video with Director Mo for that song. And then I had the second one.
Shout out.
Yeah, he's my friend, but also we friendship and business. So when we're friends, we're friends. When we're doing business, we're doing business. Yes. Then the second single, I didn't do a music video for it. But then the third one, Dreams, he shot it again. So now it's one of those things that set a standard for yourself so that when people approach you or say, I want you to perform, you don't need to say much. Your work will speak for you. Yeah. And one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because I got to open for the BNSC Awards last year because they heard the song and then they saw I said to them, the music video is coming out, and they were like, what? And I said, yeah. So they didn't even know that Miss Abbey's in Botswana. Then when Mo shot the music video again, they were like, this is a standard, because he doesn't play games. The visuals are, he's not a joker. And one thing that makes us even to click more is that he sees the vision. I don't come to him and say, Mo, look, I just want a green screen. I literally say things that seem impossible with the little that I have. And then he's like, you know what? We're going to make this work. Then, it all led to coming down to this, because we haven't performed. Most of us haven't performed in a while. And
thank you, COVID.
Our industry is closed, The industry has been closed. Yes, we were fortunate enough to do the Now TV live jam sessions. Yeah. Some artists, some of us were chosen, some were not. But then it still comes down to, you can't rely on just 25,000, you see. So you come down to, okay, what's going to happen? What's happening 2021? And then I looked at my logo. I looked at it for a very long time. And this was done by an architect in Japan. It's my face, actually. This is I have a picture facing that way, and it's my face. So
and he got your face out of that?
He got my face out of this. And I looked at it and I'm like, this guy did this 4 years ago. Why don't I start a clothing line? But then who is going to wear this? Because I didn't want to be part of the people who complain. My brand does not allow me to complain. Yeah, right. My brand is like, Abbey's going to release music. Abbey's going to release a music video. So chances are people are thinking, Miss Abbey's probably going to release a song this year. Director Mo is probably the one who's obviously going to shoot. You see, people now know, they have that thing. So then I started with T-shirts, and I wore one. I did 2 different types, and I wore them myself for a month, and people started noticing, and they were like, "This is nice. I want this. This is nice. I want this." And I thought, I'm selling. And they started buying.
Guys, I've been dying to ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you guys Illuminati? Has the Illuminati?
Wow. I mean, if you look closely at this A, there's there's an eye. You see that?
And this is how it begins. Then someone's going to analyze this podcast and be like, yeah,
Illuminati confirmed.
As you see the shapes.
I could see by the design.
There's nothing like that. We are artists who work hard. We work hard for what we are passionate, and we work hard.
You guys are working very hard. As I said, I am not an artist.
He is.
It's late for you.
This guy can sing.
The reason why I say this is no one is booking me for a gig because I'm not singing songs. I don't have songs out, but I'm being called by artists. So that's why I can,
He doesn't want to release music.
No, the day will come. But seeing how you're not complaining, because artists are complaining.
Facts.
So shout out that you're sticking to brand, you're keeping it, and you're moving forward.
You gotta be positive. You gotta think the best, I think, in situations like it's not easy. It's not like I'm saying, happy day. No. But you gotta.
So I got a question for Sandi now. Yeah, so seeing as you're not an artist, you keep saying this over and over, even though it sounds to me.
I mean, nobody's listening to you, dog.
I'm an artist.
Okay, but your brand is you're not an artist, you're a producer.
No, my brand is I'm one of the first musicians that try to brand themselves. So that's why I made it easy for everyone to assume I'm just everything. Everyone just thinks I'm I'm just everything. I can do anything. Nah, nigga, I gotta do everything. I'm learning to do everything I want to do. But my brand is...
So walk us through your process.
Life
What's it
of a
like
fly.
when you produce a song for an artist? Do they
Take
come?
50 million years. Ask every artist I've worked with. I take the longest amount of time. I first listen to every single thing you've done, and then I'm like, hey, how can I survive in here? Because also I'm a new producer, and everything I do at some point needs to speak for itself, you know? So in every song, if an artist comes to me, it's like, yo, what am I gonna... And the nice thing is I'm a guitarist, so the artists I'm working with are the artists I play for. And those artists are dope. So they already have the catalog of music they've done, so I can look at it and see how I can do something else just to stand out.
Shout out to your work on Dato Seiko's project.
Yeah, I was about to say that, and you say you're a new producer.
Yes.
From you,
Started 2 years ago, bruh.
that's not. I started 2 years
No, as in
ago.
learning to produce. I'm not saying professionally. Like, yo, man, I don't even feel every time I'm with Flex and these guys and how they do it. The
Yeah.
process is only quicker because I also don't know my DAW well enough. Like the thing I use, and I see I don't have the same passion and drive as the young boys in these streets are out there pumping, and I just genuinely.
Flex is this when
So
he's
you're gonna get
producing.
yourself a little catchphrase at some point?
Yeah, I have many. I mean, if you
Like
know me,
something
you
like-
know.
Yeah, like something like that.
Sandy on the beat.
Oh yeah, the thing. Oh,
Hey, dude, no, something
like
is
a
coming.
soundbite.
tag, the soundbite.
Oh
thing.
yeah, he needs because it's always like you hear a song, then you hear Amo beats.
Ish, dog.
Oh, yeah, and funny enough, I'm not gonna do that actually.
Ninja.
Yeah, that no, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
You just want to be hidden.
So I think the one thing for me as well is I've seen the interesting thing about the arts is there's a lot of hype surrounding it in terms of stuff moves. It looks like it moves, but nothing's actually moving. So even I have a tag, I don't. I'm still making the money regardless of how it turns out. You know what I mean? So for me, who cares if they know? The artists know.
Facts.
So that's what you care about, the artist knowing.
The artists know.
Earlier, Stretch mentioned how COVID ruined, which obviously it did. It ruined how people can now go out and perform and watch you guys perform and whatnot. Don't you think now this is the era where you could, Botswana artists or artists based in Bots could really, really go out and push their brands like, online and really, really build themselves and
Yes.
real base outside of the country?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, it's kind of forced everybody, not just artists, but everybody to kind of get smart with what they do. You know, or
Yeah, no
to
doubt.
use the internet, and you know, it's just changed a whole lot of. I want a nice English word. It's changed a lot of not criteria, but it's changed a lot of factors. Yes, it's changed a lot of factors.
That's a nice one.
It's I get it. Factor. Yes.
Factor.
So it's changed a lot of factors. Yeah, right. A lot of dynamics. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's the word.
It's changed a lot of things. So then guys have to now think outside the box. And yeah, like what I'm seeing in the industry as well, you know, there's just these youngins who are like starting to be like, okay, I need to record by myself. Man, just those lockdowns, remember that prison break stuff where you're like stuck in the house, you can't breathe outside your gate, otherwise you get arrested. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that did a lot for, you know, forcing people to sit with themselves and be like, okay, how can I evolve? You know, a lot of people started, you know, getting gaining new skills and, you know, things like performing online and, you know, selling beats online and stuff like that. So
TikTok got famous.
TikTok and whatnot, like, dude, just the quality. I feel like in the past year alone, these new kids,
Hey,
we need to watch out. It's
We
like,
need to watch out. Like they showed us that you gotta be woke as an artist. Like not saying because Amapiano is what's booming, but in your craft, how are you gonna make people still go like, hey, Amapiano is fire, but yay, this person is still yeah.
Hey, and how do you survive that? Because like as an artist, like at one point you're top of the charts, Stretch.
Yes.
And then but it can last for a season, and then from there you dwindle and you're in the valley. How do you get back up? Or because sometimes an artist can actually be seasonal. They just like you for that December, and then after that it's a wrap. And then also there's an element where what do you think about the creativity of these days? Like there's a lot that you can do with technology. Like even me with a hoarse voice like this, I can do
Hey,
something.
speak, brother.
You're
right.
With the computer. Fact.
So, what do you think about comparing the talent that you have to exhibit now with the talent that they had to exhibit?
I like that. Yeah.
This line like 2 questions in one. You want? Should I go first? I'll
He
go
said
first.
your name, Ixi.
He said he didn't say our names, bruh. Nope.
So, I think with regards to the whole being a seasonal artist, I feel like, there was no artistry 101. There was no musicianship 101 course that, that was put for us when we started, but that course should have been there. The whole thing of, look, you're not gonna be hot forever.
Yeah, not Johnson.
All right? You're not Drake. Okay, like he's not been hot forever. Like he's at the top now. He's been up there for a consistent time. But like every other person in the history of mankind, it's going to get cold eventually. All right, some people last longer than others and whatnot. So when you have that mindset, you are able to think beyond it. I can tell you when you're in the midst of success. It can be very difficult to, make decisions based off of anything else because you're like, okay, I'm hot now. I need to do the next thing. And then that's how a lot of these guys get depressed when they're at the top because like, you're like, how am I going to top this? There were so many factors I couldn't control that got me here. Now I don't know what to do. And then I'm going to fall off. And then people are going to start saying,
Also because they're signed.
Exactly. And you're signed and there are a whole lot of, and there are a whole lot of things.
I would like to it's like yeah. Like yeah. So one thing I learned from Jay-Z is that
Uncle Hov.
Jay-Z was asked the same question by it was a business meeting and he was asked this question. You're also a musician, but like aren't you like worried about the young kids that are now coming up? And Jay-Z said, I'm not even in that league. I'm not even thinking that. One thing that makes musicians to suffer is that we chase the hype, like what he was saying. We want that, oh my God. It's not about the hype.
Don't do that.
You need to understand first, why are you doing this music?
Exactly.
If your greatest competition is yourself. So the more you improve yourself as an artist and yourself as an individual, the more relevant you still become. Like, for example, with Beyonce, there are lots of people now who can sing way better than her.
Yeah.
But she still works hard to come in her own type of way. No one thought Beyonce was going to come up with Black is King. We have been in Africa for longer than her. And we never even thought, let's make the best of our Africanness. But she's there and she's like, you know what? I'm all about spirit, soul. How do I improve myself? You won't see her trying to sing like Nicki. She has done songs with them, but she's still in her lane. Yeah. So it's mostly about improve your lane and you'll still remain relevant because your listeners are still listening and they still want to see what you still can come up with.
Thanks.
I like that because what you just said is authenticity, that you should not be fluid, but in the creative space, in the artistic space, it's easy for you to be fluid because maybe creative fluids can shift you towards this direction, or maybe shift you towards stretch. Then you start rapping, then you start doing some of songs. And some people do that.
That's flowing and you're going with what's hot.
Sandy's like that's flowing.
Yeah, and then you're going with what's hot. But yeah, if you do that, you disanchor yourself from yourself. You get lost in the thing, and that's how a person just like gets lost in this whole thing. I don't know, drugs and whatever. Yeah. But what you want to do is be centered as a human being first. Like she said, you need to know why you're doing what you're doing and then come into it like, what did I say? I treat the game like a cockroach in the bathroom. I get in, kill it, and leave. You know what I'm saying?
This guy's African. He gets in there, he kills that thing. No negotiating with terrorists.
He's like, yeah.
That's it. Just get in, kill it, and leave. So, what you want to do is utilize that hype time because the average thing for an artist is about 5 years. So if you got your 5 years starting, you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Something like this clothing line move. You know, this like merch is gonna sell way after, I don't know, her songs are not popping off no more, you know?
Right.
And her making a move like this is, you know,
my songs ain't gonna pop no more. I mean, but how come Aretha Franklin and all of them are
No,
still
they'll
pop?
pop, but they'll just be like. It's not gonna be making noise anymore.
This is the thing about artists that I
Fire.
find so
Yeah.
so fascinating is,
what?
how can I put this? Sometimes your best work isn't even the one that sells the most.
Facts.
I see that with a lot of artists where I listen to their best work and that's not the one that gets the most recognition. This
Yeah.
can be the case with Nas.
Yes.
A lot of his best work isn't the one that sold his records. The same
Right.
can go for
For Kanye.
For Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Well, like everyone says, Dark Twisted Fantasy is his magnum opus, and that was his least selling album.
yeah, but
you
that's
know?
probably his best work. I can't
Exactly.
think of an album he's ever done that's better than that. But
Things like that.
I think
don't you
people are
think that's
stupid.
also
So,
part of what
what
we
can you
need to
do,
keep
man?
conscious of is
Yes.
Yeah.
don't look at record sales. Look at like what you said, you're in competition with yourself. That if
Yeah.
I'm better, if my music is better, that's what should count.
Okay, but also with that one, some people don't want to be honest with themselves.
Yeah.
It's like me being in a cycle for like 10 years trying to be an artist, and I'm
Yeah.
supposedly looking within and being better. Yo, if like for 10 years it's not popping,
It's
there's
not.
clearly something I'm doing
Yeah.
that's
not
like.
right.
You
not
need to
right.
see
Yeah.
yourself. You need to see growth in your artistry as an artist. Like, look at the first song, second song, or if EP, look at your first EP. Even that's why it's important to have a team. Like you don't be a narcissist and be like, oh my god, this song is fire, and then Sandy comes like, hey, and you're like,
Hey.
because it's not supposed to be like that. So for example, with the songs I released, I did them, and then there's a song I'm gonna release next, and I played it for Mo yesterday, and I was like, I want you to listen. Yeah, okay. I love how everyone's like director.
Shout out.
What are you talking about? This is our nigga. This is
What
what
they
he
do.
got.
You know what? Okay, fine. This is not a direct to Mo
It
podcast.
is. It is now.
Because I'm like,
It's your episode, bro.
okay,
This
he's
is your
nice.
episode,
They love
bro.
him. No, he's an amazing person. I was playing the song for him
so
in the
tagging
car,
them in
and I
this
was like, Mo, listen to this. It's different, but just listen. If you don't like it, tell me. So I'm in the car and I'm quiet, and he's playing, he's pumping, he's bumping, and then he was like, my friend, you see, from the first song you released, this song is like you've just gone. Sure. And he even said, he was like, you want me to shoot the video? And I just kept quiet. I was like, he likes it. Yeah, so you need to
That's what's
have
up, though.
that type of, like, that's why you need a team. You need to have people who can criticize and say, no, but because if you don't, you'll keep having this thing in your head, and you'll do something for 10 years and you'll still be in the same place.
What I say on that is, we're in the music business. That's two words. There's music and there's business. Music, the art side, the business side. And it's like you have to balance both.
Yeah.
You have to find your tightrope between being authentic to your art and putting
I feel you.
fueling your car.
Right.
Putting bread on the
Yes.
table. And that's, I think, in this country and just everywhere, that's the thing. Artists have to pay attention to their business acumen. Well, early on you're asking about branding and things like that, and that's big because you won't survive. But something I'll just throw in on that is, I like to kind of bring the business part in to the creative space as well. Things like the listening session, things like shows, things like branding, I mean t-shirting and merchandising. You can apply your creativity to a business thing. You're like, okay, this is going to make how much, what, yes, we have the tables balancing, but how can I make this cool and saucy and sort of like extend it from the music? Like if you've got a great song, you can do a music video around it, right? And then you can do a performance around it. That's going to make you money. You can do certain kind of merch around it. Like t-shirts, you can. I had a friend who did like buttons. There are books. I wrote a book for my project. That's gonna, just gonna bring in some rack stuff like that. So you can. It's really thinking outside the box in that capacity. So,
and I also realized that as musicians, you actually have to be really resilient. I mean, imagine if Director Mo had said, "Abbey, how could you? This sucks. Don't never come to me like that." So
I'm like, no, you would never. Okay.
Then you have to get off.
Stop the car right now. Stop the car.
Get out.
Stop the car.
Get out.
Stop the car.
No.
hold on.
Okay, I'm listening.
How do you bounce back? Because literally, you have to be able to like get that kind of negative feedback, but still be able to survive, because it's something that can crush you. Because let's take, for example, cooking. You take so much time cooking the meal, and then somebody says,
What is this?
Okay.
Go and make it again.
Like,
it's too much salt.
No, but okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. The thing is, with me and Mo, we have been friends for more than 3 years, and we have done business together. So then that's why I was like, with him, when it comes to music video, I don't go to him and say, because he's my friend, I say, yo, Ace, my friend, you want to shoot my music video for me? No. Because also with me, I wanted to be a business. If I can get sponsors, and I know that this is also his craft, why not get sponsors that will, So then if he says to me, I know that he will not just say to me, the song is crap. He won't say it like that. He'll either say, hey, Abbey, but the past song. It's just like Sandi. Because of our circle, like, we can literally, Sandi can say to me, you sure you want to release a song? It doesn't mean... So for me, I know it's coming from a point of, like, love and team. We are like, we're one team. Like, literally, Flex can make him listen to a song. He can make us listen. I can make them listen to a song. Because we want to grow. So if they say to me, no, I shouldn't take it like they hate me. Nah, that's being immature.
Yes, you better say it out loud.
I mean, but you do kind of get that you need to be ready for that from everyone else who's not in the team.
Yeah.
I mean, though, like, you know what? I don't think you're not popping off if you don't have hate yet. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if everyone still loves your stuff, you're not there yet.
That's why YouTube has this and this.
But let me say, in the perspective of musicians, though, like, the first time I was ever told, what the heck is this? Was when I played with Tom, with Celeste and the Natives. And like, this guy's a guy, he's the guy. And I was like, I came for my first rehearsal, I was pumped, he hit me up on Facebook, he was like, I saw a couple of your videos, I think you're cool, come through, I want to try you out. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go there and do my thing, Yo, I didn't know anything. No, I genuinely didn't. And I didn't know. Because I'm playing guitar in my room. Guy, I'm not, So then, like, the first rehearsal, they asking me to do stuff, and I can't do it.
Yeah, worst.
And I'm a service. I'm a guitarist, and I'm a service. He's hiring out a service. So if I can't do the service, why the hell am I there? And he, at some point, even said out loud, why? If I'm teaching you, why am I paying you? But I'd never heard this before. And it's one thing I actually saw that, like, he's very correct. He is an unhappy customer. I failed. Like, regardless of how I look at it, he's an unhappy customer. So I needed to go and make sure the next time I came through to him, he was like, hell yeah. But now if I didn't do that and I chested it, what am I saying? I'm a bad employee. Who's going to fire me? Because no one's going to tell me. And I'll keep being a bad employee till, so at least, like, if you're not immature and you take things seriously, you'll never care if someone...
There's
So let me
always
ask you
room
guys,
for
have any of you guys ever worked with V?
No.
I have.
the talent like tonight.
Yeah.
Yo. Not yet.
Not yet.
My answer is not yet.
But you're looking forward to it though?
We'll see what.
Because he's been consistent for a while as like that artist. I feel like he's been around for so long.
But also, like, everyone in bots has been the same people for a very long time. Yeah. Like,
ATI is another
no lie. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one thing I've seen. Like, here, the industry hasn't really moved that fast. It's still, like, at a certain place.
But don't you think that's also part of the process of any industry? That there's the front runners. Like first it was V and ATI and that group, and now it's you guys who are coming in and doing your thing.
Yeah.
And then the next kid who comes out might
just
start
take it
off from-
further.
from where you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Standing on the
I don't
shoulders
know.
of giants.
I mean,
For
look
me,
at it
I don't
like
know
this.
about that one, though. I don't know how soon that's going to happen.
Me
I mean,
too.
look at it like this. How long was drill a thing in London? It was a thing for a long time, and then when Pop Smoke came out, he took it.
No, but you see, they were already making money from drill. You see what I'm saying? Our industry is an interesting one in the sense that V will be V, and then you'll come through and be like, it's cool, but it's V. There are not enough shows here for us to book everyone. We're gonna book the people that bring the people in, and if you're not in that like thingy, we're small, you know, so they have to hedge their bets where they know they're gonna make the money.
Exactly.
So that's the predicament. You could be as gifted as you want, but now to climb through the thing of not enough shows and then too many artists and not a lot of people, it becomes
It's a weird conundrum.
Yeah, it becomes hard.
Yeah. So I think that's why it's almost paramount for an artist here to expand, to get out, you know, like expand your audience. I mean, shout out to the man William last with his millions of people.
Everywhere.
Yes.
We all know that those millions are not here. He's finished.
No,
them
like
right
for
here.
real.
He's finished. Like
Like they're from
statistically speaking, They're from
everywhere.
everywhere else. You know, so it's almost paramount for an artist here to go out to get that fan base.
As much as we love him. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, type of thing.
still, like, he wasn't even getting as much show and, like, work here as he was getting in SA. He was actively touring in SA.
Exactly.
With artists.
Thing with Khoisan as well. I mean, there were people generally pop off here once you're popping off somewhere else.
Yeah, for real.
It's weird.
Everyone's just gonna love you so much more. Oh my God, you're just that guy.
You know, that's actually weird because some time ago I had the audacity to want to start a bank in Botswana. They were like, you need to operate a bank somewhere else in order for you to operate one here. I'm like,
See?
hey, can I
You see
start
that?
home and then I go somewhere else? And it's crazy. And then I want to ask you, Abby, what's your vision like beyond the borders of Botswana? Do you see yourself being a brand maybe in South Africa or even in the UK? Do you want to take it to that level?
Of course. My motto is Miss Abbey to the world.
The sauce.
That's all I'm going to say.
Preach that thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, guys, it's about that time. We gotta
I like those. Like even
That
the
being
bell,
said,
right?
school.
Yes. School's out.
wrap this up. So this is the part where you guys get to say something to your people, your fans, whoever you want to send a message to.
Okay.
We can start with Sandy.
Yes.
And don't forget the young ones who want to be artists.
Yeah. If there's any
Oh, give
artists you
her
recommend.
advice.
Yeah.
Hey, let me give advice to all my artists out there. See, which camera am I looking at? Let me look at that.
He's like,
I'm seeing that guy doesn't care about me. Hey, is that guy on me? Is that directly on my face?
Yeah.
So this is what you need to know. If you want to do this thing, give yourself the best chances of surviving. Even if you think you're dope, no one cares, except. You need to assess the situation you're entering into to know where you fit in. Otherwise, you will not survive.
Yeah.
And then other than that, that is also my message to my fans, because my fans are my friends and we're moving together. So,
Yes.
Tegani.
Nice.
How are we supposed to come in after that? That's crazy.
I don't even have
That
a
must have been the
comeback
best
for that.
outro we've ever had.
You know what I'm saying?
Like ever.
I think he should be last. Can we do like a second?
Come back, bro. Don't worry. Miss Abbey, you're up next.
The calm one. I'm just going to say that if you're not doing what you love, then you're wasting your time. Don't let people detect or tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Because people always have their thoughts about, they have their own opinions about stuff. So if you want to do something, go for it and don't stop.
Don't stop.
Peace.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
Where the break
All
at.
right, Stretch, you up next.
Yeah, I don't have anything deep to say, guys. Just life is love, man. Enjoy it.
Ascent.
I was thinking.
Sing my song, guys. That's my
I
Sing my song.
I thought you were gonna. Oh,
Because
when.
everything is nothing without love. So don't waste it. Yeah, that's
yes.
it. So
Love that.
that's it.
Realize this is kind of international. We got 3 different groups right here, right?
Yeah, shout out. You know, I didn't want to mention it, you know what I'm saying? Because we all want to stay in the country. But hey, yeah.
We international. Oh, by the way, our podcast is international.
Yeah.
It
Shout
is.
out.
Yes.
Hey,
Shout
man,
out to you
shout
guys
out
for
to
having
all
us, man.
Thank
the
you
people
guys
out there,
for
man.
Now,
watching.
before we wrap up, I got a question for you. Any y'all dating?
I saw him touch his finger there. I was asking one serious questions. No, I am currently seeking the Lord. That is my final answer.
You're married to Jesus.
Yeah, nah,
This man is a Christian man.
It's also like relationships require a lot of time and commitment. And like sadly, in the space I'm in, one, I'm always broke because I'm starting a business. You know what I'm saying? I'm always pouring back into the business. Not just me thinking about someone else. Nah. I can barely take myself
But
out on a
Sandy-
date. Where am I taking them?
Sandy, isn't it about character? You know?
Yeah, no,
being a
yeah,
good-
I'll see them
be a good-
with this same character. I'll see them later with my car. And I'll be like, baby, come to me.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I was ready for that.
Any special women in your life?
Bro, I'm in these streets, bro, man.
Jola
It
99.
is what it
These
is.
streets, these there we live.
I
Living the
mean,
future gospel.
These streets,
is there what?
Advertising.
You never heard of the gospel?
That's the gospel of future?
Yeah, the
It's
gospel
like
of future.
future 360. I don't
Yeah,
know
from the
that.
streets I shall remain.
Yeah, this brother gets it. That means
From the
you lived a
streets I
certain
shall
life, my
remain.
brother.
What happens in Gap City stays in Gap. But yeah, no. I'm just out here doing my thing, single as ever, man. Dating is expensive, I guess.
Send it.
Now, you do not
Ladies.
have that excuse because they be paying for you.
No, it's not even about that. It's also
it's not-
time and commitment.
It's not even
like, if
right.
you're always doing stuff and always in your space, worse, you're being creative and you're always like,
doesn't
Wait, hold up.
hold
I know. Wait, I know. Like, like it's time up and everything. But look, Rex is nothing. It has nothing to do with it. I mean, my man's Bill Gates is getting divorced. I should tell you something. You know.
Hey, for
So like, Rex.
Money is
isn't
definitely
even-
a factor, but it's not the whole thing.
It's not the whole thing. So like, I'm not even there yet. But yeah.
The streets is cool.
They
What
pay
is
me.
what does dating mean?
She's trying to be courted. Are you hearing, gents?
Yeah,
Courtship.
please redefine it for us.
Well, I don't know. I'm asking. Like
Yeah.
dating me? What does dating mean?
Abby, what about that
Are
one
you
week,
talking
bruh?
to someone?
Oh, I mean, I thought we were
And you are
together for a
talking about
strong
sweet,
week,
sweet,
man.
It's like that 1 week, bruh.
Can I tell him about the chicken licking
Mind
thing?
I will.
I'm about to tell him about the chicken
What are
licking
you
thing.
saying about the chicken licking thing?
You need to take her out to chicken licking.
Nah, you don't
I
take
heard
me
that.
out
I heard
chicken.
that.
Oh,
No.
yes.
Somewhere.
If
You
you,
don't
do
need to-
follow her, you know that's the plug. She loves
Gentlemen,
that.
wings.
No, don't say wings. I'm just a food lover. Like, come on.
What about our hosts? Yeah? Yeah, hosts.
about you?
Hosts.
You put it-
I
Where are
know.
the
Okay,
girls?
no. Wait. To answer your question, am I dating? Not that I know of.
You don't know that you're dating.
Yo,
This
that
one is
means-
Swiki. This one
Bruh,
lives in Gap
you
City.
haven't said anything.
She's a Gap's
You
lady.
need to lock her down, otherwise it's gonna...
She don't even know.
I'm not even sure. So if you guys,
So whoever you are out there at the corner, she's not sure about
I'm
you.
not sure, exactly.
So
I love
make sure you
my
define
kind.
things. You know, many Habroni, you don't know how to define things. You better define so that I can
brother, if you don't
understand
define-
what's going on.
What are you doing, bro?
send.
Every man I want, are you saying yes?
Don't drag my song.
Every
like
man I
this.
want. He hasn't said. Me, I'm saying to you, I want. Are you
You
saying
want
yes?
what?
I want. Are you saying yes? Say no in front of
This
the
is
people.
happening live on camera. I love
Let
this.
them hear it.
Is it time
I
up?
know
I think
she's
it's
saying
time
no
up.
to people in the DM.
I
Say
think
no in
it's
real
time
life. They
up.
must know.
It's
Say
time
no.
up. It's time up. It's time up.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Wow, right here.
She doesn't want to reject the nigga.
When a rich nigga wants
Boys,
you.
you know when you have an audience, a nice audience.
But your nigga can't do nothing for you.
Right and saying, all right.
No, it's time up.
Abby's not
Sandy's
loyal.
putting me on hustle.
Well, because she wanted to say yes, guys. It's not because she was gonna say no. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, this has been gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're supposed to say what? What's popping?
I'm living the future lifestyle right now.
Oh
Yeah, I'm saying.
Future 360? That's what's up.
All right.
So we say I'm living that future
I'm a
lifestyle.
student and that's it.
Okay.
Hey, so then university is nice. I get more campusing.
I'm holy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Holy? How am I supposed to take that? Holy.
I'm
You're
a holy,
holy?
student.
Holy. That's a double-edged.
I think we've gone too far with all this.
Yeah.
Guys,
Stretch
we
talks
have
too much.
finished.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for inviting us. We really
thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Being here. It's been
Yeah.
a wonderful experience.
Thank you.
Dope.
Say something to the fans of the 4skins podcast.
Fiery 4skins. Shout out.
Shout out to y'all.
Fofo.
Y'all
Yes.
are amazing.
Like, subscribe, share.
share,
It's popping.
share.
Those things.
Yes.
Those
Like,
things.
subscribe, share.
Yes.
We
Press the bell for the notifications. all that stuff.
4skins, baby.
Yes.
We out.
Bye.
All right, it's 4skins.